live on YouTube and
Hi, welcome to Tales from the Pool. Ooh, it's scary. Like Tales from the Crypt. I'm Erin Hart. This is my new show. Yay!
Yay!
And the crowd went wild. Ah! And this is my friend Don Blackwell. And things that you can expect from our new show are I'm going to bring in lots of comedians. I'm a comedian myself and a former stripper. And so anything to really do with poles. So like, the microphone pole, the stripper pole, I don't know, maybe a fireman or a pool boy or I don't know, or pole player, I don't know, anything. There's a lot of this, lots of that going on. Yeah, lots of that. So I think that's going to be a fun show. And I have games coming up I've thought of. I'm so excited for my games, but it's comedians versus strippers. And Don has not been stripping.
Well, listen, girl, I used to strip back in Atlanta, Georgia, but I was on a lot of drugs at that time. I've been sober ever since, so yeah, it's been a minute. I'll get back on that pole, though, baby. Don't even.
You're going to hurt your sciatica.
That's true. My back
Yeah.
my back.
So lots of fun things, and then maybe even like getting out in the world and like going to strip clubs. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah. My wife would totally understand. It's just like for informational purposes. And
This is
stuff,
educational.
right?
Duh.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. So that's going to be really fun. So I'm excited. A little history about me.
Tell us about yourself.
I will tell you about myself. So I started doing comedy in 2003. I was actually really, really attracted to the theater, and I loved the stage, even like stripping. I was like, the stage! Ah! I was like, oh, this is awesome. And so I was in a lot of acting classes, and I had this one acting teacher. She's amazing. And Judy O'Neill, if you ever watch this. And she was like this little Jewish woman, and she could be very intimidating. And I was like, like scared of her. And one day I was talking out in class, like I always did, making jokes, and it was a very serious scene. It was a very dramatic, serious scene. She was like, that's it! And I was like, oh, shit. Like, it's going down. Like, she's going to, tell me I have to leave class. She goes, you need to do stand-up. And I was like,
Really?
no way. And that scared me more than anything. I loved going to comedy clubs. I love watching stand-up. But I did improv. I did comedic acting. But to actually do stand-up, I was like, no. I was like sweating. But as I've learned in life, what you're afraid of, you should do.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, did any of the acting classes, the improv, in your opinion, did it help out? Or was it like when you started doing open mics and started doing it, was it a totally different type of thing?
It is different, but having, especially the comedy improv background, is really, really helpful, especially when you do your act outs. Because I like to, I like what Robin Williams said once in an interview. Oh, God rest his soul.
Man.
Yeah. He was talking about painting a picture. When you do comedy, it's like what made you laugh and what you saw, you need to paint that for the audience. And you paint it with, your words or with your physicality. And improv really helps with that physicality and, going into it and always going for it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I mean, people have to be able to identify and relate to what you're trying to tell them, or it's not going to make it funny.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes I'll be at open mics, especially newer comics, where you're like, oh, this is a really good premise. Like, this could be really funny. But then you're like, wait, I don't understand. How did you get from here to there? And, but you need to, they're not painting it well enough. But that comes with time, I think. Just being comfortable in front of an audience and doing that. So, yeah. So, after the acting class, I took I thought was a writing class for comedy, but I didn't realize at the end of the writing class, you perform. And I was like, what? We're performing in front of a live audience? And I was like, no way. So my first joke, it was a true story about, I grew up on a farm in Ohio.
Okay.
And I had, oh my God, my favorite dog, Teddy Bear. He was this big black shepherd elk hound mix. And people would hit deers all the time back home because it's the country.
Like how you do. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. And like the guy uptown, oh God, he was so ghetto. He came and sawed off the deer's antlers. And I go, that's not even your deer you killed. A car killed it. And he's like putting it on his wall. I'm like, no, that's not, no.
That's my deer. That's my deer
Look
antlers
at all the
now.
damn deers I got up here. I go, those aren't your deer. No.
That's freaking funny as hell.
That's
oh my gosh.
roadkill on your wall. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
Ridiculous. Well, I had this dog. And so then the deer that got hit that Mike came and sawed off and put on his wall, like the antlers, it was decomposing and it was like rotting, like half rotted. And I had this dog and he would drag it into our front yard and like just drop it like right there. So my mom would come home and she's driving home and she's like, God damn it, that deer's in the yard again. And she'd drag it out, out in the cornfield and throw it. And then the next day, here comes my dog dragging it back. And by this time, it was getting close to the holidays, and it had been really decomposing. It had thawed and froze and thawed.
Shit.
And there were like frozen maggots that were like, like it was getting really ugly. And my mom was getting really embarrassed. And one day she just gave up. She came home and she's like, fuck it, put a red nose on it and call it Rudolph the Christmas Carcass. And I always thought that was the funniest story.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That is freaking so cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, my mom's pretty funny. She has a mouth on her.
It's all right.
Yeah,
All
so
good.
I ended up doing that in front of a crowd. I got a big laugh, and it's like almost like I equate it to doing drugs, comedy, because you get that first laugh and you're like, wow, that's amazing. I want to do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
But what happened for me was I got that first big laugh, and then for 6 months I was like, ah! Like I'd go to open mics, and it was just like, oh my God, I just like chasing the high and nothing. It was bad. And then slowly you start learning, and I always equate it to stairs. Like, oh, I'm on this level, I learned this much. Oh, and then you would like have a mess up, and then you're like, oh. So every time I fail, I feel like, oh, I'm growing.
Yeah.
So now I celebrate if I bomb. I'm like, yes, I bombed.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Sounds like our military. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We're not going political.
No. My daughter's not.
Oh.
Hi, honey.
Aw. The military.
Yeah, military. So when you started doing stand-up, was it here in Cali, or did you start it back home?
No, I started in California, which
Okay.
was really cool because I had been doing it here for a while, and I went to do the Cleveland Comedy Festival because I'm
Okay.
from Northeastern Ohio. Woo! And go Browns. Maybe. And I got to do it in front of my whole family. And one of my jokes is I'm not actually from Cleveland. I'm from where the white trash and the Amish come together. And it's really special. And I'm not Amish. And then, here's my family in the audience. And they're just looking at me like, and I'm like, uh-oh.
That'd be hard, I would think, to like perform in front of your family. You're thinking like, what are they gonna think, or
Yeah.
I mean, also probably depends on your material as well, right?
Yeah, it actually is. I remember the first time my dad saw my comedy, and I was doing a lot of stripper comedy that night, and he came to the Comedy Store in Hollywood. And it was so funny because you'd hear laughing, and then you would hear, oh. And
Your dad.
there's my dad. I was like, there's a dead cow in the audience.
Oh man.
He would be my father.
Dad.
Dad. He probably won't watch us because he's, I don't know, not on Facebook, not on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
We'll try. We'll get him to watch it.
I'll give him a call.
Okay.
We homies.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
But it was really cool because then I ended up, like, after doing comedy for a while, I started getting like improvs and Comedy Store. I love the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my home. It's
Very
just, yeah, it's haunted. It's an awesome place. If you're ever in Hollywood, go check out the Comedy Store on Sunset. it's a really great place.
And there's a lot of like real famous, successful comics there, right?
Yeah, you'll be walking the halls there, and like I met Ron White there.
Oh wow.
Dave Chappelle was there one day, but I didn't get to meet him. I met Bill Burr. Love him. I don't know if you know who he is. He's
Bill Burr.
amazing. He's amazing.
Love
Bill Burr.
Had a couple acting spots too. I think he was on Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Right? Oh,
yeah.
so freaking funny.
Yeah.
He's funny.
He's great.
Joe Rogan, I think he's there.
I've seen him at the Comedy Store.
That's cool.
Andrew Dice Clay, I see him a lot there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Pauly Shore always stares right at my boobs, and he asked my name a couple times, but now I just say, when he says, "What's your name?" I say Tits McGee. That's my
Tits
name.
McGee.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's cool.
But yeah, I want to say my favorite show though, I ever did was at the Improv. It was 300 people, and I got a roar of laughter, and I was like,
nice. Which one? Which Improv?
That one was at Brea.
Brea?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's. I live in Anaheim, so that's like the one that we usually go
Oh
to.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice place.
Yeah, it is. And the one in Irvine they redid recently.
I haven't been to that one yet.
That one seats 500 now, I heard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the one in Brea I think is 3.
Okay.
Yeah. The one
Very
in Irvine, the green room is so nice.
So
I get excited about green rooms.
Yeah. We're in a green room right now.
We're in a green room.
Well, you can't.
But you can't tell.
You can't tell. Just take it from us. It's green.
But you'll never see me in green on this show.
No? Why?
Because I'll disappear.
Maybe wear greens. Just your eyes. Just a whole green.
Yeah, you'll just see like
your eyes blinking.
Yeah. So how you do comedy? You've been doing comedy videos.
Yeah,
right?
I make comedy videos. I've done a couple open mics, but please, I don't consider myself a comic by any stretch of the imagination. But I like the challenge. It's man, you gotta have some cojones to get up there, and people are just staring at you. And if you bomb or don't do well, it's like wow, it's crazy. But yeah, that's my love is shooting comedy shorts and stuff. I started with me and my son. We'd shoot vines.
Oh yeah.
Your little six second
Is that
videos.
still around? Fine.
No, they I think about a year ago they but yeah, so now we make some comedy shorts and put them on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully trying to talk you into making some stuff. So we'll shoot some, have some cool, funny stuff here eventually.
Yeah, that will be coming up. We'll have videos. I like that.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that.
And you were a bouncer for a long time.
I was a bouncer, and if I look familiar on this channel, it's because I did a couple, the 86 podcasts, bouncer podcasts, and it's hard to get my friends to come on the show, so we kind of put it on hiatus because my friends are laggers. I never call them out, Chris, Daniel, But anyways, Kevin.
I thought you were gonna say if I look familiar, it's because I threw you out of a bar at 2 a.m. You drunk.
Right. I would try to do. I didn't want to be one of those stereotypical, just knucklehead, just So I like if someone was doing something stupid or that was gonna get them kicked out of the club, I would walk up to him and be like, "Man, are you serious, man? Are you kidding?" Just kind of make him feel stupid,
Uh-huh.
Just because I don't want to, man, you're there to have a good time,
Mm-hmm.
So, unless you're punching someone or whatever, then obviously got to kick you out. But, some of these guys let it get to their head, it's like, relax, RoboCop, you're not, chill, bro,
Yeah.
you don't. But yeah, it was fun. A lot of crazy stories there. And I used to work at the Boogie, which was down the street from Fritz's.
Yeah.
So.
On Catella in Anaheim.
Yeah. And didn't you used to?
Yeah, I worked at Fritz.
Okay.
For
how long?
A couple years until they served an 18-year-old, and it got shut down for I think a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it was cool. I liked it. I liked it because it was 2-story, and they had like a balcony around here. But this is a funny story. So one night I was working, and at Fritz, if you're on stage, there's 3 girls on stage. There's 2 poles.
Okay.
And so there's 2 girls on each pole and 1 girl that goes around the outer edges.
Okay.
You have to be 6 feet away from the customer before you can go topless. So as the 2 girls on the pole can be topless, and the one girl on the outer edge, there's duct tape on there, so you can't go past the duct tape, the topless girls. So that's all happening. Well, I was on one of the poles. It was my last song, and all of a sudden something hit me in the head, and I was like, oh my God. Like, when you're half naked in front of a bunch of people, like, insecurities come up, especially for women. I was like, oh my God, I'm so fat. I shouldn't be here. Like, what am I thinking? Like, I'm like all these bad thoughts. Like, why? That people hate me. I'm ugly. I should, And then I looked down and it was a stack of ones. And I was like, it's fine. I'll just get it. Hang on. Let me pick it up. And I went to get it. But then all of a sudden, like all the girls were all looking at each other, because where the dollar fell is where who gets it, because all these other dollars had rained and they were like, "Arr!" But when that thing hit me in the head, they were like, it's yours.
What hit you in the?
It was a stack of ones.
They just threw a whole stack.
He forgot to take. Yeah, he's from the upper level. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he came down, because then I was like, I felt like off of Lord of the Rings, the precious, precious, it's mine, and I'm carrying all these ones, like,
Yeah. Heck yeah.
It was $300 in ones, and I was like, it's mine, it's new. And I'm walking off the stage, and the guy comes up to me with a rose, and he goes, oh, wait, you're not Brittany. And I was like, and he goes, can I have my money back? I go, no. I was like, it's precious.
I'll be like, I'll let Brittany know you said hi. Thank you.
And then he wanted to know if he could go home with me. I go, no. I've got my precious.
Right? He's like, I got what I needed. I'm good. So probably every night you probably get just pervs and just weirdos and. Yeah. There was there's one guy. He used to come in and he would wear women's underwear and a bra, and he was. All right. But he was a mechanic. Oh,
and
well, that
he
makes
was like,
it okay.
He was like very manly on the outside, but he would tell me, I have a bra on and panties. And I was like, oh. All right. And then he asked me, he goes, are your panties wet? Mine are. And I'm like, no, but my oil needs changed in my car.
Right? That's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I did see a guy once, though, that I went home and watched the news, and they were talking about a rapist that was riding bicycles getting around California by train and bike. And
like a bicycle you pedal?
Yeah, and I swear to God, I saw him at the club, and I was like, you got to really watch for these.
He's like, you got a spot where I can lock my bike up?
And then I'm going to rape and pillage and get back on my bike.
What a freaking loon.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, there was another guy that was actually suspected of a murder charge. Ooh. And he came in, and the manager told the one girl who usually talked to him, don't bring it up or anything. And she's so dingy. She goes, oh my God, I saw that you're on the news and you were like suspected of murder.
Oh my God.
And we're all like, we don't know anything. We don't know anything. We're going to be in the back.
What? You dropped your bag. There's zip ties and duct tape and stuff. Do you need that?
Oh my God, a gun! That's so fascinating. I was like,
That is freaking crazy.
Yeah, there was lots of like fun stories like that.
I'm sure you got tons of them. Freaking same thing from being a bouncer. I mean, there's just crazy stories, and that's it. No, just kidding.
I was like, what are the stories?
I know, right? I'm like,
where are you going with this? I was like, I have plans, but I'm not sticking to them.
It's okay.
That's just fine. I was going to tell you about when I first started dancing. I initially got into stripping. I don't know if, Robert, if you can pull up my report card. I wasn't the best student, and Robert's going to show you my report card. I'm pretty sure, I'm from the 80s, so I'm not, I know I have learning disabilities. Pretty sure it's dyslexia. I know I have ADD, and there's probably some other things. I don't know.
These days, everybody got something going on.
I know, but I did so bad in school. I thought I got a 0.5 grade point average, but my mom said it was a 1.5.
So when you were in school, like during this time when you got the report card, were you not like you weren't taking medication for it, or wasn't even?
No, they
it was
didn't
the things
even
that,
have
like,
it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. They weren't or diagnosed. That's what else.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even diagnose it, right?
Do you want my phone? It's in my purse. You can dig through it. So I'm gonna get you my report card, and you guys are gonna be like, "Holy shit!" It's my code. Everybody can know is 8888888.
8.
It's my favorite number.
8.
It's infinity forever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. But I forget. Oh, the reason though I started dancing, I remember my senior year in high school. This girl sitting in my English class, and she said, "Oh my God, it's disgusting. There's girls and they dance in cages and people throw dollars at them." I'm like, wait, what? what was that?
Right?
You don't need college?
Like, go on, girl.
Very interesting. Tell me more.
Where are these cages at?
And she's like, "It's disgusting." And I was like, "They throw dollars? How many dollars do they throw? I need to know how many dollars."
Right. Like coming on the stage. Oh, wait. What was your name?
Well, I had Romy, Kelly, Skylar.
So
Yeah.
do you just decide when you you just switch it, or if like depending on the day?
Well, I have a joke about that, and it's like when you first start.
Go ahead.
When you first start stripping, you get to, it's like theater. You get to become a new person. You're like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be Brittany tonight. I'm gonna be Ruby. I'm gonna be Diamond." You know.
That's why that guy was looking for Brittany. You forgot you used Brittany.
Yeah. So, I mean, you get to choose all these names, but then when you're like getting older and you're 35 and you're still like hanging onto the pole like a life raft, you're like, "Ah!"
You're like, my back hurts.
Ah! They go, and it's like noon on Tuesday. They go, "So, what's your name?" You're like, "Carol." Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's noon. It's Tuesday.
Right.
Oh, you got my report card pulled up, right?
Nice.
Here it is, guys. Woo! Woo! We're talking a scholar.
You can do anything you put your mind to.
You can.
But even more if you put your body to it. I'm just kidding.
My favorite thing about my report card, now the A's and B's are in art. My favorite, see my Cosby name? My favorite thing says promoted to 9th grade. Oh,
That's
shit.
right. That's how we do.
That's all American right there.
Yep.
Promoted.
Merca.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, doesn't matter the grades, you passed. You got promoted.
I passed. That's all that matters.
Who cares? They could have all been A's. It would have been fun.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to let you guys know, I made this. This is my dinosaur. He's glittery. I named him my boobs. My boobs. Because my boobs are real, which is really hard to find these days, much like a dinosaur. And they're pretty old, too. So, my boobs. There he is in all his glory. Yay!
Next
Love
up
my
on the-
boobs. He will be a staple.
Next up on the stage, boobs. Get up for boobs. All right. Boobs.
It's a dinosaur. It's like, "Ah! Ah!" He's like, "These are from BC." I mean, some women's are kind of like
before
that.
children.
Yeah,
Right?
before children. No, these are definitely after children. AC.
AC.
Yeah.
AC.
I don't know if that's a thing. But some women, you go to hug them and you're like, "Oh, goddamn, there's some rocks in there." Those are boobs from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Just because they use different.
They used, I think, silicone
Silicone,
maybe?
something?
I don't know. If somebody knows, you can email
Yeah.
or whatever you guys do.
Have you seen? So me
But
and my
they harden. They harden. That's what happens. Yeah.
right. Me and my wife watched Botched. Have you ever heard that show?
I have, but I haven't watched it.
Oh my gosh! There's like some poor. There's a couple different women that had like it was like black market, face. I don't know what they shot in their face, but she looked like it was made out of stone. It was just crazy, and they tried
Would they shoot concrete in there?
pretty much.
She's like, "It's as hard as a rock."
No,
It'll
well,
never
yeah, they were like
move."
touching it, just like it was.
Oh, that's
my
bad.
gosh. Yeah.
See, my husband always says, "Don't touch your face."
Yeah,
I'm like,
you don't.
"I guess not."
No, you don't need. You're fine.
I'm gonna keep Dawn around just to
Yeah.
flatter me.
Of course, no. You're
I
fine.
love it. Love it.
Look, a comedian used to be a stripper. Come on, jeez.
But
Total
now I
package.
do nails because I thought to myself, what else can I do with glitter?
That's
I
true.
really did. I was like, I really love glitter. I'm like, let's see what else.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have her do a little manicure, right?
Yeah, it's called a manicure.
Do a mani, you know.
Even though, you know, mostly not men.
Oh, all
So.
right, never. I'm a man, never mind. I don't
It's
do
fine.
that.
It's fine.
Okay then. All right.
Okay. I don't know what else. Like, I gave you the reason why I started stripping because the grades were not. One day I don't even know how to say this. I got really upset. I was at the strip club one day because I have a son with learning disabilities, and I put him into a specialized private school that is amazing. He's done wonderful. He went in there with such bad self-esteem when he was young, and now he's just very, very sure of himself.
That's good.
So, it's amazing.
And kids can be so freaking mean.
Yeah, and
too.
he's got such a great group of friends. Like, he did wonderful there. And I was thinking about that one day as I was doing a dance, and I was like, wow, if things were different, like I was grinding away, doing my dance.
Yeah.
And I was like, if things were different and I would have gotten better grades, I was like, oh my God, I could have been a lawyer. I could have been
Right?
That's how people are driving around in Mercedes and living in a high rise. I'm like, that's how it happened.
And then pow, $300 to the head. Boom.
I was like, oh.
What's going on, man? Just start swinging it. What's up, fool? Stick up on your freaking heels. Get it. No, I'm just kidding.
I had a friend that would do that at the club. She was like she was short. She was my little protector. I love her.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shannon.
Shannon?
She would be like, she'd take off her earrings. I was like, oh, shit, it's going down. It's going down.
Damn.
And then as soon as the shoes went flying, I was like, whoop, I'm out.
Yeah, heck no.
Yeah.
Did you see on, like a couple days ago, an Uber driver was taking two sisters that were drunk, and they threw up, and he pulled over into a In-N-Out, and they got out of the car and just went bonkers. They started attacking everybody, and like were kicking over river mirrors, and like one of them took off her high heels and was attacking a security guard.
Oh
They
my
just went
God.
Bonkers, yeah, crazy.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. I know one of them. Not really, but it sounded good.
Yeah, it did. It sounded really good.
Yeah. Shout out to the crazy sisters.
The crazy sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know them or anything. But I started dancing though. I didn't do it in Ohio. I went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay.
And I started dancing there. Which, if you've ever been to a strip club in the South, you need to go. I mean, if
Really?
you haven't been, you need to go because it is like it is a gem of comedy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell it.
You've got like girls walking around. They're like, oh my God, my name is Candy. Everybody wants a piece. And that was a true story. She would really do that. And then there was, I can't remember this one girl's name, but she was very proud that she used to be a truck driver. And she would wear an American onesie.
Oh my
And
Lord.
she had real short, spiky hair. And she was like, they were a little racist. Like if you dance.
Okay, yeah, dance.
Well, yeah, it's the South. So if you dance for someone of a different color, ethnicity, like a lot of the white guys didn't want you to dance for them.
Really?
And she would walk around with her American onesie and be like, the only color I see is green. And I always think, that's awesome, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's American right there.
But have any of y'all seen my teeth? I lost a tooth while I was on the dance floor.
Yeah, no shit.
Right?
Yeah.
What's up with that? Just freaking toothpaste, just
No.
too much, huh?
Well, I think it's meth.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
'Cause
Yeah.
they did-
Don't do drugs.
Nope. Drugs will kill you. And they would tell me, what was it? Crack is king. That's what they told me in the South. Crack is king.
Crack is king.
Yeah, and the coke and crack dealer would come in and they would surround them. I'm like, y'all gonna miss your teeth.
Right?
Yeah.
Serious. They don't mess around. Yeah, so my dad, I'm half white and half Samoan. My dad was crazy biker guy, right? And
Was he the
he's
white
clean.
or Samoan one?
He's white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he would get just for days on end. I mean, just tweaking away, and then he'd crash out for like 5 days. But man, he like I'll give you. So we lived in the hood, and we bought those black security gates. Mm-hmm. And that night after we put it up, because my dad would just disappear for days on end, right? Mm-hmm. And at 2 a.m, the door, someone's knocking on the door, and I open the door, and I see a guy, a black guy. I think he's a black guy, and I get a closer look, and it's my fucking dad. He had painted his face black, and he was trying, he's to test the, he's like, hey man, trying to do his best, black guy. And he's like, hey Jeff Turkey, what's going on? I was like, Dad, get the fuck in the house, man. This is a Mexican hood. You're gonna get a shot. But he do crazy, just wild shit, It's like, oh my gosh. But thankfully he's clean now. But yeah, he was don't do drugs.
Don't
Again,
do drugs. Yeah.
Pretty much. Unless you don't like your teeth.
There was this girl that I used to work with at one of the clubs. I remember she would carry pills around in her Altoid box. And like you always knew when she was out because she was like licking it. Like totally licking it. I'm like, do you need a mint? And she's like, no. And then she would like go up to like if she thought she'd dropped the pill, go up and like hit like the carpet so if it would pop up.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, now that is a nifty little trick. If you like lose something like contact button, I don't know, something, just start hitting your carpet and they'll be like, oh, how'd you learn that? Oh, crackhead. Crackhead.
They get creative.
Yeah, it's kind of a helpful,
See, that's the cool thing at working as a dancer. The stories that you have goes right into your comedy, right?
Yeah, it does. At first, I was really, really scared. Like I started doing comedy, and I kept it like super clean and didn't talk about anything like that. I was just like, like just stories about back home or my dogs or my son or something.
Yeah.
But I did one stripper joke and everybody started laughing. They were like, oh my God, you have to do more. And it was actually based on a fear. And my fear was that the moms, because I drove carpool here in Orange County.
Okay.
And I was afraid that the moms would find out about like my stripping past and everything. And it was like a real fear. And then actually ended up becoming true because I was doing an interview with somebody later down the road, and one of the moms from the carpool did see it. And she told me I wasn't allowed to drive carpool anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So I got kicked out of carpool. But so my joke is that the moms found out about my stripping, and they formed a committee, which came at me in the form of an email, because that's what committees do nowadays.
Pussies.
Yeah, but in my mind, I pictured like the lynch mob, like in Charlottesville, like they're coming for me, like with the flames,
Frankenstein. Send out the monster.
Tiki torches,
Oh, right.
Yeah, up to the SUV, and they're like, well, we found out your dirty secret. What are you gonna do? Start stripping for the kids? I was like, oh my God, how dare you? They don't have money.
Right?
Yeah. But hell, nowadays in Orange County, these kids have money.
Yeah. Some of them are already dancing themselves, too. They're like, move over, girl, man. I'm trying to get that. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I know. How did they get tattoos at 15 now? How are they doing it?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, my daughter got one of her tattoos when she was 17. So,
shit. Here we are.
That's all right, though. I signed off on it. It was,
all right. He's like,
all the kids are doing it, right? What else we got?
I didn't tell you about the bear hunter I met from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Well, go on and tell me about it, girl.
I thought this was funny. Okay, so I met this guy. He's like a bear hunter. This was in the late 90s. I go, oh, what do you do for a living? He's like, I'm a bear hunter. I'm like,
that's his job?
That was his job. He goes, I go up to the mountains up there, and talk about missing teeth. No teeth on that one. And he's like, I go up there and I get myself some bears, and then I just like sell them. And I'm like, wait, you can make a living? Like, how cheap do you live, to keep that going all year? Is bear hunting season a thing?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It's left so many quandaries.
Is he talking about the animal bear? Or is he talking like the homosexual bear? I
didn't even know about that back then, so I don't know. Maybe.
You never know. He's like, there's a reason I took all these teeth out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
true.
This is a family show.
Yeah, his son's sitting right off camera.
Yeah.
Now we all feel bad.
Father of the year right here.
Woo! There it is.
Earmuffs.
My son doesn't even know about this show. Shh, don't tell him.
We won't tell him.
Don't tell him.
Can you be a good son and get Dad a water? I'm really like dying of thirst.
Oh, me too.
Thanks.
That would be great.
Yeah, can you get us a cup of water?
Oh, that's why we have kids.
Thank you. See?
Yeah.
Thank you, son.
Yeah,
Right
when they're
Thank
young,
you, buddy.
they'll do
my
that.
shoulder, my right shoulder, a little. I don't know. Maybe you can rub that. I got a knot. right there, son.
Really.
That is so. He would make his living off of hunting for bears.
Bears, yeah.
And would he just sell the carcasses, or he just?
I think the fur. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the teeth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, son.
See, we're not kidding.
Yeah, we're serious. That's my son. So, child services, if you want to call after 9, it's usually I'm up after.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny too in the South. When it was 2 a.m. and it was last called, they would pour your drink in a styrofoam cup and be like, "Here you go. Have a good night." And the locals knew to drink it before they got to their car, but the people on vacation or whatever, tourists, they didn't know. So the cops would be waiting. So as soon as they got in the car and started driving, they'd pull them over.
And they'd have alcohol in their car. Well, that's not cool.
That's a racket.
Yeah, that's how a lot of like small towns, they'll do stuff like that to keep
revenue.
Yeah, like it'll be 35 miles an hour and then drop to like 10. And you didn't even, like, you see that sign up there, boy? Said 10 miles an hour.
You're like, what? Where?
I'm sorry, that one. Oh, a couple of your teeth are missing too.
And also, I thought this was funny too. In the South, everything is a lot slower. Like things are like, well, we're gonna tell you in a minute. And you're like, that's what I love about California. Things are go,
everything.
Go. But I was at a Burger King drive-through. It sounds like a joke, but it's a true story, in Myrtle Beach. And I was sitting there. I ordered my Whopper. If you ever have time to kill, go through a drive-through in the South. It's like a whole day. You're like sitting there like, hello, is anyone there? Anyone there? And they're like, welcome to Burger King. And you're like, let's go. But I actually, as I was ordering and waiting for my food, I saw a prostitute walk by. Pretty sure she was a prostitute. And then I saw the police drive back by, still waiting in the drive-thru, and then stop, question her, still waiting in the drive-thru. I got to move a little bit. They got out of the car, handcuffed her, read her rights, did all that, put her in the car, wrote some paperwork out, still in the drive-thru, drove away. I was like, wow.
You're still in the drive-thru.
Still in the drive-thru. I was like, this has been very entertaining, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the time you got to the window, she was already out on bail, huh? Yeah. I'm back, bitches. I'm back. Y'all see more? I lost a couple teeth.
You're very oral conscious, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's like, what are you talking about?
What does that mean? Something with my mouth? Son, go and leave the room. Just kidding, buddy. You can stay. You can watch.
Also,
I'm just kidding.
That is children's services.
I know, right?
Yeah.
CPS.
We don't know if he'll be back. Kidding. Thanks, buddy. I was going to tell you about this time in the South. Also, I was at a bar. It's when I first moved to the South, and I was like fresh out of my small one stoplight town, and I was like, wow, I'm like in a city. It wasn't. It was a beach town. And I was sitting there, and I met this lady, and she was a prostitute. And it's like, wow, you're a prostitute. I've never met a prostitute. So I had so many questions for her.
Okay.
And then we had a beer, and I felt very comfortable with her. And I was like, you know what? I have to go to the bathroom. Will you watch my purse? Because I'm from a small town, and I'm very trusting. And I left it there with my Social Security card, my birth certificate, and my driver's license, and some cash, just, in case you need it. And I went to the bathroom and came back, and she was gone, and so was my purse. And I was like, what?
That's oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. I was on my own, and that happened.
You could have looked out and just checked for the drive-thrus. Maybe she would have just been sitting in the drive-thru and just like, bitch.
That's my purse.
Give my purse. And give me some fries, too. Never mind. I got to be somewhere in an hour.
An hour. Yeah, it's definitely not fast food. But I did have a friend that was doing drugs, and she went to a neighborhood where they walk right up to you, give you some drugs, and then you drive right away, faster than a drive-through.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, certain neighborhoods. I was like, wow, that is service.
Yeah.
Now, they are not slow in the South with their drugs. So.
Everything else is slow as F, but, you know.
Molasses.
Drug, we get you right in, boy. Buy one, get one free.
You're back already.
Oh, right? Crazy. Well, you know, gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Well, don't tell them how to do it.
I'm breathing. I'm getting high on life right now, son.
Nothing's better than life. Yeah.
Get high on the Lord. Have you seen? There's I think I saw it on YouTube or something, but there's like these groups of folks that, and a lot of them are former drug addicts. They get high on God, supposedly.
No.
Right? Yeah, they're just like pretend, literally, like they'll take something like. God. I'm like, they just like nothing. They just smoked air. Didn't even. There's no lighter. They're just like, are you kidding? Like, oh, it's a sight to see. It was actually it was Vice. It was one of the Vice News.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those reports, and it was like, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're like 20 in a room and just smoking air.
If you breathe air fast enough.
Oh yeah.
It's like oxygen.
Yeah,
It'll
right.
get you high. Yeah.
But they're saying they're getting high on the good, you know, Lord Almighty. Lift me on up.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
Do you, boo? But
Do you?
Right? It's just crazy.
Yeah. I don't go to church.
Yeah. I haven't been for a while.
Yeah. No.
Welcome back to the church hour here.
Church.
I'm here with Don here, and here we're gonna pray.
Church lady.
The Lord.
We're gonna pray to the Lord with comedy.
With comedy.
Yeah. All our comics.
It's a comedy God.
Things. I also had written down a story I wanted to tell you about. My most embarrassing story
Okay.
ever. It was a place I was working, and it had 2 stages, and they called it the bridge in between. And so you got half naked on the one stage and then walked the bridge to the other one. And then it was 2 songs, and then you were done.
Okay.
So I was on this stage, about ready to be done, and unbeknownst to anybody else, there was a guy, it was a Saturday night, it was crowded, and some guy had thrown up in the bridge, and nobody saw it. And I came walking through, and if you've ever been in stilettos on a hard wooden floor.
Girl, it's a weekend, girl.
And walk through puke. Oh my God.
Like
slippery.
Yeah.
It's like ice. And I was trying to keep my balance, and then I realized what it was because I could smell it, and I didn't want to fall in it. And I was like, And the DJ was playing along, and he started to do a Howard Cosell imitation. He's like, he was doing that. Oh, she's going for it. She's going down. Oh, no, she got her footing. She's back up, people. She's going. And I was headed for the pole. I just wanted some stability, you know, because I just was like, oh, hell no, I'm not falling in puke tonight. It's not happening. And then I think all the guys thought I was trying to be sexy and start dancing again. And they're like, woo! And they start cheering. But it wasn't like sexy dance. It was like Elaine from Seinfeld in her like jerk, you know, dance. Like that whole, you know, thing. And I'm naked and I'm trying not to fall and puke. And I'm trying to get to the pole. And then he starts going, she's almost there! She's there! And I got one hand on the pole, and my feet are going out from underneath me. And then I'm getting a leg wrapped around, and it was a spinny pole, so you're spinning.
Oh my gosh.
And the guys are like, yeah! And then I felt like a cat that just climbed up something. I was like,
right?
And I just hung on to the pole for a while.
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah, so please do not throw up on stages anywhere.
And wear stilettos while you're doing it.
And never wear stilettos and walk through puke. Bad move.
But at least you didn't fall in it.
I didn't fall in it.
Sucked.
I kept my footing.
Yeah.
Very, very proud of myself for that.
Yeah. You got skills, girl. You got skills.
Skills! Yeah. So, I was going to play a game, but...
I'm down.
Yeah. Oh, well, this requires some cash.
Okay.
Okay. I can't
right.
really leave, huh? Can you do me a favor and get me my purse, please?
I have cash on me.
Oh, you have cash? This is how I get cash.
I was gonna say, is this the gig?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
How much do you need?
Ooh, you got 100. Can you hand me my purse? Because I wanted to do a stack of dollars, and I want you to guess how many it is. This is something.
Well, here's three.
My friends and I used to do.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. We'd take money, and like, there would be guys sitting on the stage, and we're like, how much money is that? How many ones is that?
Okay.
Oh, I don't really need that now. But I guess I don't know. Okay, so there's like a stack of ones. What do you think? Oh, there's one more.
How many ones are right there?
Yeah.
7.
I was going to go 15. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, so close.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's a fun game you can play at home with the kids. Just have different stacks of dollars and try to figure out how much it is.
Yeah.
And then another little fun game I like to play is who has the 100. Well, we found them. We found them.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, I do not have the $100 bill today.
It's fake. I make them. I got plenty. I'll give you a couple of them.
Oh, okay. That would be cool. I found, okay, if you're ever at a strip club or a bar, I'm sure you can I forget the word.
Attest to?
Attest. There's the word.
Because I'm a oralist, Lord, whatever you say.
Oral.
I'm an oral.
Oral fixation.
I'm an oral guy. Yeah. That.
Yeah. Well, okay, if you're ever at bars, you can like always look at the floor. I seem to always find money on the floor.
Yep.
Any kind of bar you go to.
Mm-hmm.
And I've found
So true.
at strip clubs, if I'm having a bad day, I would look down and I would find like 20s, 100s, 50s, just randomly.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing when I was bouncing. We would have because my main job was inside security. And I would just and for some reason I always like by the bars when people are pulling money out, they're getting drunk, and then the dance floor in the corners and stuff. And like when we'd find something, like we're kind of dick. I mean, this is like probably the most dick move I would do, but like as soon as I spot it, I go whoa, 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 because I'm security, right? I'm like back, everybody back, and everybody's like, dude, hey, what's up, man? What happened? And I'll just reach down and I go with the light. I'm like this. Don't. We're good. A lot of times they're like, oh, it was mine, bro. And I'm like,
yeah,
sure
everybody. That's why I would never draw attention to it.
But we thought it was funny because we made a game of it, and at the end we see who got. It was mainly just 1, 5.
Yeah.
Once in a while you come up on a $50, $20 bill, but yeah. But
I was at a regular bar and I found this guy was being like a jerk, like hitting on my friend and being a jerk. And I was like, what a jerk. And I looked down for some reason and there was a wad of money. I don't know if it was his or whose it was.
Oh, hopefully it was.
And nobody
Karma.
was around there. And I just picked it up and I said, you know what? I'll buy drinks for all my friends. And so I was like, yes.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Make it rain.
I know. And then what I would do though, and when I was dancing is if I found a 50, I didn't want to say anything because of course somebody's going to say it's theirs, and then
that was
and then I
50.
feel bad. I'm like, is it or isn't it? And then I'm going to have to give it to him. And so I would slide my shoe off, and I have monkey toes, and grab it with my monkey toes and be like,
Huh.
So that's always fun to do. So do you have any new videos out or anything like that?
I mean, I don't know. Well, you want to put? Oh yeah.
Let's put.
Sure,
I really like the girlfriend video. That's funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Play that first.
okay. Sure. You can play it now or?
We're gonna play Don Blackwell's video. It's funny.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, right. Freaking guy, man. That logo. Oh my gosh. Oh, looks like we're here. Cool. Nice house.
Thanks.
I had a great time. I hope you did too.
Yeah, I had a really good time. Probably drank a little more than I should have, though.
Oh yeah. Oh, I hear you. Me too. Oh my gosh. Oh, how much I had to drink and stuff. Drive over here. I might have to stay over here and sleep it off.
You live 2 blocks away from here, and you had half a beer. Half.
I know.
Other videos, but
My
nothing.
blood sugar.
Couple
Wait,
weeks.
what? You're diabetic?
That what? Oh, yeah. Will it help? Come on. Baby Jesus, come on. Come on, baby.
You're funny. I'd hate to see something happen to you because of your diabetes. Well, I'm gonna get into something a little more comfortable. Why don't you come on in and make yourself at home? Is that a wig?
A what? Oh. What? Are you sure it's not your diabetes? Maybe it's your blood sugar.
It must be. Come on in.
All right.
Yay!
So that was Don Blackwell's video. Very cool.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing videos?
I'd say about a little over a year and a half. But it's kind of like, because I've got to work, unfortunately. But yeah, so I just kind of off and on, we get time shooting. But now that we got a studio and cameras like that, that's our first kind of, so we're kind of getting it a little bit more professional.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're gonna do some more stuff and get you involved, and we're gonna.
I'm excited.
We're gonna do
fun.
some cool stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I was gonna share some funny stories. So back in the day, like a couple of my friends that I worked with at the club, it amazes me because I thought only strippers had conversations like that. But recently I've had these conversations just in the general public. But the one conversation I had was with the girl. She was so dingy. She goes, "You can't get pregnant the first time you have sex with a guy, right? It's like the third time." And I'm like, "Is that why you've had 5 abortions?" For real?
Wow.
Yeah.
She was dead serious?
She was dead serious.
Oh my gosh.
She thought, I can have sex with you once, twice. Oh, wait. 3rd time's coming. This could be the one. And I'm like, oh my God. That was crazy. But now recently, it just amazes me because, I have, a friend that, this was at the club back in the day. She didn't know who Abraham Lincoln was. Yeah. I goes, where did you go to school? She's like, L.A. I'm like, oh, Lord.
So, wait, wasn't he a Laker? Didn't he play in the Lakers? Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. But then recently a friend who is not anything to do with the strip club, works in a salon, I said something about Lincoln, and she's like, was he a president? I'm like,
wow.
We got problems, America.
Huh.
We got problems.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So I always thought, oh, Lord. But there were so many characters at the club. There was one girl we used to call Fatty, Patty, and Tater Tots.
It was the same name for one girl or two different girls?
Yeah, that was her name, Fatty, Patties, and Tater Tots. Because
Okay.
Fatty, Patty, and Tater Tots used to have her customers bring in French fries or tater tots, which I love a good tater tot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh.
done right.
I'm getting hungry now.
I know.
Erin.
Thinking about the cheese on it. Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's good. Anyways, my mouth's watering.
Yes.
She'd be doing a dance and back up and be pushing on him with her butt while dipping it in ketchup and eating it.
God.
And we're like, there
That's-
goes Fatty, Patty, and Tater Tots.
That's gangster. That is awesome.
She had no shame. No
Wow.
shame. God bless her.
Man, that's cool. See, if I was a straight, I'd probably be doing some shit like that.
You'd be like,
Be straight laying, bend over, and just freaking pull out a burrito and just,
that's like George Costanza right there from Seinfeld.
right?
He had his 3 things. He's like, I'm going to eat a hoagie, listen to the game, and have sex.
Right? Hey, it takes skill. It takes practice, And you got at least 2 times before you're gonna get anybody pregnant.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
shit. You know?
just watch out for that 3rd time.
Yeah.
Go on,
You're
folks.
good. Yeah.
It's something we taught your son tonight. I'm really
Yeah.
proud of that. Yeah.
3rd time's a
Sex
charm.
ed.
Sex
There
ed.
it is. There it is. Yeah.
It's okay. He never listens to anything I have to say anyway, so we're good.
Nobody ever
Yeah.
listens to me
Yeah.
with anything.
Get my attention, say something about video games.
Silence, child! No, I'm just kidding.
So we're about to wrap it up, right? I was going to tell everyone, if anyone's watching, I will be at the Comedy Store this Sunday at 8 o'clock in the Belly Room. Please come by.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I hope you do. And Don is working on some new videos, and I'm excited. I want to write with you. So
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah,
We'll,
come up
what do they
with
call,
some
what do the
ideas.
kids call it? We'll collab. Collab it. Collab.
I just noticed everybody's shortening words.
People are lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are
Don't
lazy.
be lazy out there.
Yeah. You know, like,
Don't be like Fatty Patty and Tater Tots.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Give
Unless-
a real dance. If you're going to do a lap dance, do a dance.
do it right.
And don't eat your tater tots then.
That's right.
Yeah.
No taters, no peace.
Tater tots.
Cool, cool.
So, okay. I think, yeah, this was my first episode. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It's only going to get better from here.
Hercules. You did awesome.
Thank you.
Yay.
Are we still on? Yeah? No?